In today's digital world, consumers are armed with social media accounts, mobile apps, and more. They visit restaurants, physicians' offices, and all sorts of businesses, and then, sometimes even before they walk out the door, they describe and illustrate their experiences for the internet world to see. And there are quite a few internet users out there.
Like over 4 billion.
Exactly.
Given how fast information flows these days and how billions of people are constantly consuming information online, it's a no-brainer that a strong online presence is a worthy asset. Similarly, when a customer or an employee has a negative experience and where they take to the internet to post about it, the repercussions for any business can be difficult. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that way.
First, it's worth noting that even though you might be enraged about a negative online review, taking action against the review website or social media platform is generally not an option. These websites and internet intermediaries are protected under Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, a federal law which protects social and other digital platforms from being held responsible for user-generated content. Simply put, if a customer or another internet user posts something online about you or your business that you don't like, even if that content's unlawful, you can't sue the website where they posted it, at least not successfully.
That's right, but while a review website cannot be forced to remove a review that's false or defamatory or harassing or otherwise unlawful, don't lose hope. If you approach this the right way, the websites will often cooperate. So that is, even if they don't have to take something down by law, it doesn't mean that they won't. While the removal of defamatory information from a review-style website is challenging, I think the summary here is that it's not impossible at all.
So here are a few good rules to live by. Take online reviews seriously. Treat digital complaints from customers the same way that you'd treat complaints from other customers in brick and mortar. Ignoring a negative online review is generally not the best approach. In the real world, businesses have established processes to deal with customer complaints, and online reviews and complaints should be handled in a similar manner. Set up an internal system to keep tabs on and respond to online reviews and complaints, and address each complaint by taking it seriously and making an effort to resolve it. Even if that review remains online, other customers or potential customers who see the review will see your proactive response and willingness to make things right. And even if the reviewer remains unsatisfied, by responding to the post, you can promote the company's brand, values, and spin a negative situation into a positive one. Of course, you should be mindful of what information you can or can't include in response, but any digital crisis management plan can address and guide your business on the applicable rules.
Distinguish opinion from lies. Just because a review is negative does not mean the review is false. Even if a review is scathing, customers are generally free to express their opinions as they see fit. Equally, we understand that this is an area of concern for businesses who often feel helpless and frustrated in the face of negative online content. If a post or a review is false and defamatory, there are steps you can take to address it, including, in some instances, filing a lawsuit against the poster. You should consult with an attorney who can advise you about how and when to go about doing this. When a post is negative, but it's an opinion or a truthful statement, while a lawsuit may not be the right option, there are other steps a business can take to alleviate the sort of burn that you feel, including addressing the review, as we had said previously, and taking the opportunity to promote your brand. In every instance, think positively and create positive opportunities.
Don't underestimate the power of the ask. While businesses can't force review sites to remove posts, and not every situation warrants a lawsuit to get a post removed, sometimes asking gets the job done. For one, you can ask the poster of the review. Sometimes that's a good option, and it can work depending on the approach. And in other cases, as we know, asking that person to consider deleting the negative review can just be futile, or it can have the opposite result. This is known as the Streisand effect, where an attempt to censor information has the unintended and opposite effect of causing the information to be disseminated more widely, usually facilitated by the internet. And we do not want that. Consulting an attorney to guide you through this and help you gauge when to make the ask is critical to getting it right.
Another and sometimes better option, as we said before, is to ask the website to remove the information. Sometimes a negative review or post will violate a website's terms of service and other policies. In that case, a request to remove the information as a violation of those guidelines is a good and often successful option. If the post was not made on a website, but instead on a social media platform, you can flag the improper or harassing posts, which may be removed by the platform, again, for violations of their policies.
And lastly, be proactive. In any situation, the best company policy is to be proactive and not reactive. Businesses should establish policies and procedures aimed at managing online reviews or commentary that allow the company to be prepared to react and respond swiftly and appropriately. Considering what's at stake, Having this type of policy in place can be the difference between allowing a business to flourish and profit and forcing it to shut down.